Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Wanshi here. In today's video, we will be deep diving into three formulas that we have covered previously: VLOOKUP, index and match, and XLOOKUP. And as we all know, these three formulas are very useful for us to do some lookup from another data set and retrieve some data from another worksheet or even another Excel file. So in this video, we will be deep diving into which formula is it the best and what kind of the scenario that we will be using this VLOOKUP, index and match or XLOOKUP. So now let's get into it. All right. So before we deep dive into this comparison between these three formulas, I just want to give you a heads up that we will not be covering the basics of these three formulas inside this video. So if you want to have a basic understanding prior to continuing watching this, always go to the link up above because we have covered VLOOKUP, index and match, and XLOOKUP in depth with basics and advanced techniques as well. So now let's go. Let's start into this the first sample. So you can see that we have the data set and also the objective, which is to find the total sales for the selected city. And the selected city now we have is the city E. So let's just start with our usual lookup functions. Cell referencing the city, then type table array, column index num is number 2, and then this one we would want to select exact match. That's false. Then this one will show as error. So moving forward is this index match. Selecting the cells, select match view. Then this one we want to also have exact match. And also XLOOKUP, which is this. Array is sales, then I just close it. So you can see that in this case, we have two results of the index and match and XLOOKUP come out with the true result that we want, which is the 11,300. But VLOOKUP is unable to fulfill this objective. The reason being is that the lookup value is not on the left side of the table. So this is one of the limitations of VLOOKUP. Now let's go on to the second example. Now let's go to the sample number 2. Okay, so for this case, actually we want to have the same objective, which is to find the total sales for selected city and product. So you can take note that we have actually two lookup values, which is the city A and lemon cake. So right now, let's start with the VLOOKUP function. Selecting the two lookup values. Table array, which would be entire of this. Column index num would be number 6, because that is the sales column. Then this one would be false because we want the exact match. So again, this shows on the error. And now moving to the index and match. So for this, the array, what we want is the sales matching the two values. Cut array, which is this, put the ampersand on the second column, which is a column C. Then this would be exact match. Then we can just close it and close it again because we do not need any column referencing. And just press enter. So we have a $70 of the result. So let's see if XLOOKUP can help us to do this double criteria of the lookup as well. So as usual, referencing these two, lookup array would be column B and column C. Return array is sales. I just close it. So the moment of truth. Let's see, okay? Oh, okay. So actually, XLOOKUP can also do this double lookup values that to find the results that we want as per index image. Unfortunately, VLOOKUP is unable to do this. So now, let's go to our third example. Alright, now we have come to our last example. So for this, objective is again to find the total sales for selected city, but we only have one lookup value, which is a city G. So let's see if any of this can find anything based on the lookup value. So this one is referencing the entire table. Then column index num would be 6, and it would be false because we want exact match. So again, this comes in with a error. So let's see in next image. We want the sales, then matching the lookup value. Then this one will be 0, again as a match. It'll be error as well. Then for XLOOKUP, let's see. Lookup array, return array. So this, we will want to fill in some of the error handling as well. So let's say if this is not found, we can just say not found in data set. Then match mode, this one we also want exact match, and we'll just close it. So you can see that we are able to wrap this up in a single formula if there is any error in the formulas that we encountered. So actually for this, we can also do something similar to XLOOKUP, but what we need is to wrap it in another formula, which we'll be calling it as a nested formula. So let's just copy this. I'll just show a quick demo on this. Copy the entire formula. Then let me just wrap it with a if error. If error, then we can put the same wording, not found in data set. So let's just close it. Then yeah, you will see that we will have the same exact result as per as XLOOKUP. But this one we will need to use two formulas, where XLOOKUP we only have to use one formula. Alright, now before we wrap up this video, I just want to go through with you on a brief summary between these three formulas. So as we can see that the previous samples, VLOOKUP is comes up with error for all three cases. The reason being is that the lookup value must be on the most left of the table. So meaning that as long as the lookup value is not on the most left, it will come up with the error result. So for index and match, the pros of this is that it's able to search multiple criteria, but as we have demonstrated previously, if we want to do some error handling, we'll have to wrap it in another if error formula to nest it up. Then for the last one would be the XLOOKUP. Just for my opinion, I feel like this is the most powerful lookup functions because it is so flexible and it has so many functions inside one single formula. It can do error handling, it can search multiple columns and criteria simultaneously, and also it can search up using the wildcards as well, which we have covered in the lookup videos in the link above. So that I hope you guys understand better on the differences between these three and use the formulas as the situation that you would encounter. And that's all for today's video. So if you like this video, please consider subscribe and follow for more content like this. See you next time.